Welcome to the Sparks Show, where we got comedy, news, and two forgettable digs.
With Sparks.
You've got tiny wrists.
Pike.
Hates French toast and your children.
And you, the committee.
Yo, what up, fucker?
Subscribe now and become a committee member. Let's rock.
That's what I'm talking about.
Hi. Are we on?
Hello.
I think we're here.
That's intense music. Hello.
I know. I need it too, dude. I'm a little beat. I'm a little whipped today, my friend. I was out there standing a deck in the sun all day today.
Oh, God. That sounds exhausting.
Yeah. Yeah, it was. It was real hard. Real hard work. Actually, I had a dark green shirt on earlier, and I was out there, and I was bent over, and not to make it too sexual, but I was crouched down with my ass up, leaning over, painting in between the planks, because I've already stained this deck like 7 times. I'm like, how much more do I need to stain? Right? But you keep finding more and more spots. Jesus. And so I'm in between the planks now. I got this little paintbrush and I'm kind of going through it and all that kind of stuff. So I'm like hunched over and I'm going to town. And then all of a sudden I pop up and I have a sweat mark. Like it looks like I'm wearing a weightlifting belt right across the front of my stomach.
Oh, wow.
Where like the crease of my upper torso and lower torso converge in what I would call equator of my belly button. There's just a nice climate change happening there, a little moist region.
Okay, what do you make of that? I mean,
I'm gonna blame it on pandemic weight gain. I don't know what else to blame it on.
I guess it could happen to the skinniest of guys. I don't think it's weight related. I think you just happen to fold your shirt up there.
No, there's definitely gut relation. Definitely, let's say if my body, I'm turning into the planet Earth, Pike. My top, my northern hemisphere, my head is melting like Antarctica is at the moment. It is just becoming this bland sea of skin like the ice in the Arctic. My hairline is also receding greatly. And then in the middle, we have the lovely country of like Colombia, Venezuela, Brazil. It's like the rainforest. It's just a real moist, humid region from about 2 inches above the ombliguito, the belly button, down to my nether regions. That's what I call the tropical belt. Okay, that's the hot, sweaty. Toucans could live in that thing,
Ooh, that's a good spot.
Right.
That's where you want to spend your time.
That's where you want to go vacation. All right, that's where.
Yes, sir. 2 tickets, please. With a carry-on. Okay.
That's right. And today it was extra humid in that region of planet of Matt Earth mirth today. That's what it was. It was
a Mad Earther.
That's right.
Okay.
It's a hot Mad Earth today. So yeah, I woke, I like stood up straight and I was like, oh no, I've entered that era of my life now where I have like weird sweat stains, weird body sweat marks,
That's okay. You're working hard. That's a shitty type of work where you're like kind of just hunched. You're not moving a lot. It's not like super taxing, but it's also you're just kind of hunched over the whole time.
Dude.
And it wears on you.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, absolutely. My right shoulder is really sore. Just because I'm doing this all day. Just whop, 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 the whole thing. Shout out to Super Corn Freak 1 who says he's here watching live over there on youtube.com/Sparks Radio. He says, you're going to need a bra-sil pretty soon. A bra-sil, which is pretty great. I love it. Yeah, dude. I don't know. So, gotta lose that weight, bro. Gotta lose that weight.
Well, sounds like you're doing the right things. Outside work. That'll do it.
Trying, absolutely. How you doing at Pike Taylor Radio on all social media, non-financial advisor? What's up? How are you, sir?
Good. I was inside almost entirely the whole day. So I didn't do any of that, but it was fine. So back home, I just chugged a bunch of chicken, just
Chugged it?
gobbled it up. Yeah.
Did you
I
puree
barely
it?
chewed.
Just
Yeah. Oh yeah, ran it through the blender. It's the most efficient way to eat chicken I've found.
Oh, God. Wouldn't that be great if that's how they do eating contests from now on?
I would be a world champion if that was the case.
Joey Chestnut just brings out a blender and just pours all that water, buns and dogs in and just drinks it. Oh, Jesus Christ. Gross. Okay.
Yeah, well, that's what I did. I didn't actually puree it, but I don't chew a lot, so
No.
it's kind of the same. No.
Has your wife ever commented on how you eat?
I think I was very upfront from the beginning. You know, like the first day, dating was terrifying for me because I am such an asshole of an eater. So I always had to be very upfront. I'm like, listen, this is how this is gonna go. It's gonna be gross. And you're not gonna like it. So, because then that just for me helped me relax. Otherwise, I wouldn't even eat. I'd just be stressed. I'd be like, fuck, don't take a bite. Don't take a bite. You're gonna look like an idiot.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I think she's okay with it.
Okay, good. I like how you say you're an asshole of an eater when you're the leader of Rim Nation. It makes total sense now. I now understand 100%.
Yes, sir. The biggest asshole eater.
I love it. I love how you just put all your cards on the table when you're dating. You're like, look, first of all, you need to know something about me. I chug chicken. Second, I must listen to sports talk radio in order to fall asleep at night. I am a weird person. This is my life. This is who I am. Take it or leave it right now.
Yeah.
You gotta.
Let me tell you some of the things I'll do in bed. Here's kind of my routine when it comes to that. No surprises.
Zero surprises.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, it worked. Got her.
Got her.
Yep.
Yep. And you know what? She cannot ever say, you didn't tell me, because you're like, look, I have a checklist right here. I told you. I run right down the checklist of all my faults on the very first date. Everything that's wrong with me. I told you. All right?
Yeah, you never tell me you were an alcoholic. Actually, you would reference number 35 here. Clearly says
if
known
you look
alcoholic.
at 35 section A, you'll see your initials marked next to saying that you have notarized. I am, in fact, I am working on an issue that I have right now. Okay. Oh, boy. Max Power is here, and Max Power says that new Dalai Lama graphic, China disapproves. Oh, well, any way we can stick it to China on this show, we're going to do it. All right. We don't want to. China's not our friend here on this show.
There you go.
You picking chicken on your teeth?
Yeah, I got that empty tooth, remember?
Oh,
And
yeah.
Now so I don't need to floss, which is nice. I just have to stick my entire finger in there and pull it out.
Nice. How efficient.
Yeah, it's gross.
How efficient. All right, well, we got a good show planned for you today, okay? Did we already do one today? Yeah. We pulling back the curtain a little bit? Yes, we are, okay? We got to do it. We got people here watching live. Super Corn Freak is here. Max Power is here. And I'm telling you right now, we're recording this one a little early, okay? Because Pikey's got a day off next week, so we are rolling this sun out. I'm going to pop it right into Monday. So, hey, happy Monday, Pike.
Yeah, you too.
Ah,
Boy, I hope they haven't stopped any more vaccine production by now.
yeah, I know.
Because I'll tell you what, of all the ones to have an issue,
I know. The one Pike got. Look, Super Corn Freak's asking about it. I joined late today, but did you hear the news about the J&J vaccine?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did hear, and I out loud said, "Oh, you got to be fucking kidding me."
We'll talk about it
I mean,
tomorrow.
obviously. Okay. All right. Yeah.
I want to save it for tomorrow's show. Yeah. I mean,
save it.
We're going to save that for last week's show. Yeah, exactly.
We've already went over this in great detail.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Never mind. Absolutely. Yeah. Hey, today, though, we're going to be talking about, making money now. Okay, we were mentioning earlier, it's like J.G. Wentworth. It's my money, and I want it now, right? You got those kind of questions coming in all the time. We're going to answer that question today on the show. Also, we got a Rectum Riddle. That's exciting. I know, Pike, you love Rectum Riddles.
Oh, yeah.
Which is really great. I'm a big fan of those.
My favorite kind of riddles and rectums.
All right.
They work so well together.
They do. They really do. So we'll do that here in a second. So play along. If you're at home and you're trying to play along with the Rectum Riddle, by God, it's going to be a fun one today. So looking forward to that one. But Pike, as you know, before we can go any further on the show, let me ask you this.
All right.
Do you have a preference when it comes to heated seats?
Like brand preference or just like yes or no?
I've been thinking about this for a long time, Pike.
I can tell you've been waiting to ask that.
It's just kept me up at night. I couldn't take it anymore. It was just, I know it's a sensitive issue for you. I know it might be, touching a soft spot here, but look, I'm telling you, I couldn't take it anymore. I needed to know.
Yeah, well, as you know, I've never had heated seats. So,
I know.
Yeah,
and
so I don't like to talk about it much.
My God, if there's one thing you shouldn't tread lightly on when it comes to Pike, it is the heated seat issue.
Well, I know.
No preference
on the question.
The bombshell of an answer here, folks. Bombshell.
Yeah, listen, I'll tell you what. I live in a pretty warm climate, and I don't think they're necessary. I think they're a waste of fuel and also resources, which may also fall under the fuel category. I don't know. No, I don't.
No, I know. Okay.
Yeah, I've never had one. I honestly, I don't like it. I don't think it's necessary at all. And it's nice if you do have one, it's nice for like a minute. And then it's like, you kind of feel like you shit your pants a little, don't you? When your underwear gets hot and it's just like, oh, I don't like that feeling.
Ugh, awful. Ash trash booty cheeks.
All right. So you're saying essentially that you're not a fan of heated seats because it makes you feel like you just shit yourself. Is that what you're saying? That's the real reason why.
Correct.
Okay.
I would never get them as an option.
Look, honestly, I knew that about you. Okay. I knew that the whole time, but I just wanted to see you in the metaphorical hot seat rather than the literal one. And I was referring to. So I'm done. Thank you for answering my question. It was really important to the show.
I'm finished. Hey, let me ask you this. What would you rather have a room for storage or a room for a room or a room that your dentist was in? Okay. Do you understand the question?
If you're watching watching or listening to this show right now, why? Why are you here right now? There's no fucking reason. This is turning into the least productive thing you've done today. There's no reason for this right now.
Let me clarify. So the option.
These
This
are
is a room in your
questions
house.
that
Okay?
start. Oh, it's a room in a house. Okay. I was gonna say these sound
And
like
so-
used car dealership questions. You have a preference for heated seats? Hey, how do you feel about storage?
Yeah, guys, don't worry. We have a new sponsor. This is all going somewhere. You'll find out at the end of the episode.
Yeah, the Toyota Celica is now sponsoring the show. Oh god!
No, it's actually it's a fun question if you think about
okay.
it.
Let me
So
hear it.
It's a room in your
Science is
house.
laughing. Okay, you got a room in the house.
It's like 10 by 10, like a normal bedroom size, but you can only use this room for two things, one or the other.
Okay.
A room for storage. Put
Yeah.
anything you like in there. Not a bedroom. Don't be sneaky. You can't be sleeping in there. It's just for storage. Or it's your dentist. Do you have a dentist, like a family dentist?
I don't. I mean, I should, but
Okay.
I don't. I don't have a
All right.
dentist.
Well, whatever dentist you choose to go with, that's where he would be stationed year round.
he's
He's always in that. Yep, he's always in that room with his chair. He doesn't see other patients. Okay, so there's no traffic in and out of the house. You still have to pay for the dentist when you go, but essentially it would just be there. It'd be
Is this like a real
convenience.
guy? Is this a real person? Like this person wants to eat
Yeah.
and have freedom? Do I have a?
No.
Is he like a
No,
slave or is he a
No,
roommate?
he's like never. You don't see him unless you go in the room, in which you don't have to worry about him eating or anything. Like he's just a kind of more or less a robot when you're not engaging with him.
Dude, I want the room for storage. I don't want to have a creepy ghost robot dentist living in my house.
No,
No.
but when you need to go to the dentist, what if you have a bad toothache at night? How nice would that be? How much shit you have that you need another room for storage?
God.
All right, we're definitely ready to move on.
Max says, "Oh shit, Pike was ready for this one." Yeah, absolutely.
I'm finished.
All right, look. Enough of our well-prepared, very important questions that we had to ask each other here before the beginning of the show. Okay, we got a lot of things to get to. In the spirit of keeping this thing on track and on par with what we have, I say we get right to the rectum.
Guess what's up my rectum? Guess what? Guess what's way up there? Way up there, baby. Oh, you'll never guess. You'll never guess. So I got a clue. Yes, I got a clue for you. It's a riddle,
Tell you what,
baby.
Sparks.
Life's biggest
Maybe
mystery, the unknown.
Oh, wait.
Go ahead.
Maybe after the episode, why don't you just stick around? Because I do want to know your thoughts on heated seats.
No, thank you. I was hoping you would as rhetorical. Actually, I was hoping. I was just like, when are you gonna ask
No,
me
I didn't mean to
about it?
breeze past that. Yeah, I know. I'm sure you've got one. So
A lot of fucking opinions about it. No. Thanks, Mike.
tell me.
Appreciate it. Max brings up an important question real quick before we get to the rectum. He says, if your prisoner dentist cries but no one hears, should you even care about his feelings?
That's something you have to consider.
Oh, that's great. All right, look, we're inside the rectum right now, Pike, okay? You and me. It's warm, it's hot. We have to try to guess what's up inside it. We put it in riddle form. All you have to do is solve for the blank. It happens every single week. Without fail, somebody sticks something up a rectum. And Pike, you read it, and then you guess for the blank. Go for it.
Whoop, whoop, went the sirens to pull me over. Got my luck running out like a 3-leaf clover. Smell of weed all up in the whip. Story's going to crumble like a stale potato chip. Scale, crack, and a wad of cash. They caught me slinging the rest of my stash. In the cuffs I go and off to jail. I'm going to put it in my slot and pay my ass bail. Cops now wondering what happened to the cheddar. I'm an athlete because they're sliding down a track like an Olympic bobsledder. 1 step, 2 step. These are starting to cost me. Making cash withdrawals like my ass is an ATM blank. Wow. Really good. Really good riddle.
Hey, thanks, man. I'll leave it up here just so you can see it. Yeah.
These are starting to cost me. Making cash withdrawals like my ass is an ATM. ATM, what word would come after that? Cost me ATM card? Ah, Jesus. Like my ass is an ATM. It's got to rhyme with
this is a tough one.
Me, right?
Got to rhyme with me. You know, I'll admit, I probably could have written this one a little better.
What? No, I mean,
it's not as clear as it probably should be.
I'm going to my slot and pay my ass bail. Cops not wondering what happened.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah. Okay.
Max is saying card, ATM card, but card does not rhyme with me.
Yeah, that's the only word that I can think of that would come after ATM.
I mean,
but it's got to be something else.
Yeah.
Like, it's an ATM. It's not machine, I hope.
No, it's not machine.
Okay. Cost ATM. Gee, am I going to get stumped for the first time? I don't think I've ever had to ask you what it is.
It's not your fault. It's not your fault because it's really not an easy one.
Well, you don't need to make me feel better.
No, I'm reading it now, and it was more obvious when I wrote it. But now I'm reading it, and I'm like, this isn't that easy. 1 step, 2 step. These are starting to cost me. Making cash withdrawals like my ass is an ATM colostomy. So it's not really an easy rhyme.
Oh, because you wouldn't ever hear that word after ATM.
No.
It's a made-up phrase. Okay.
Well, like a colostomy bag. You know what I mean? Better not
I know
be
that,
machine. But... It's not machine. It's not. It was colostomy. Jeez. Here's like the funny story. So this...
As you say, that's what I said.
I know. It's exactly what you said. So here's the story. This dude... He's he gets pulled over and cops smell weed in the car. They start searching the car. What turns up? A scale, crack, and a wad of cash. Well, when they took the guy to jail, they shoved him in the car. They could only find the scale and the crack. They couldn't find the money. Searched all over the car. They're like, what happened to the money, man? I don't know. What happened to the money? Anyway, they put the guy in the car. As they put him in the car, as they start processing him, $20 bills start falling out of his shorts. Like he's walking and $20 bills are just falling out of his ass. And they're like, oh no, we're going to have to go and look. So they went in, they did a little cavity search, and what turned up? $1,090 in cash was in this guy's ass.
Guy was loaded.
Yes, in more ways than one. Fully loaded. He had the whole clip in there. Whoa. Yeah. So 20s were falling out of his ass. And they ended up confiscating the bills and they took him to jail. So there you go. $1,090. By the way, why isn't that a Guinness World Record? It's how much money can you shove up in your ass? You know, I want to know what that is.
God, well then I think if they make it a thing, then people are going to start doing it. And then pretty soon, half of the money in circulation has been in somebody's ass.
This is like that penny guy you were talking about. Remember that penny joke?
Yeah, it was a whole video.
Yeah, you showed me that.
Did you ever watch it?
Yeah, of course I watched it. You sent it to me. I'm going to watch it. Yeah.
From what you've said so far, it sounds like you just didn't watch it. You called it a joke. It's a whole
it was
skit.
a power move. They're on the golf course. He's been sticking a penny up his ass every day for 10 years or whatever. Yeah, I watched the whole thing. You make it sound like I'm a liar. I'm the one who brought it up as a reference here.
Okay. Well, I was going to, unless you had done it first. But no, it's a video about the guy who sticks $40 in pennies up his ass every day. And then he brings them out and he spends them in the community. So that way, after so many years, odds are any penny in somebody's hand has been in his ass. And that for him is like a power thing. Like he has the upper hand because he knows that pocket full of pennies you've got, they've been in his ass. It's really well done.
It is. And you know what? It's all in one take. It's a single shot. It's really amazing. It's like, it's very avant-garde in terms of its filming as well.
Please look it up. It's ass pennies.
Max says, little aside here, people forget ATM is an acronym, so following machine is redundant. I know. I wasn't. God damn, Jesus Christ, Max.
Not to correct Max, who's correcting people, but people often also forget that acronym means that it's like a word. It's the first letter of a series of words, but that it makes a word. You know what I mean? Like DARE is an acronym, but FBI is not.
This grinding halt brought to you by English Hour here on the podcast. Make sure you download English Hour wherever you don't give a fuck, because that is where you're going to get it. By the way, Pike, big on apparently acronyms and apostrophes. Big on apostrophes. He's a big punctuation guy, this guy. I had no idea, Pike.
Well, I just like to do things the right way, as you know, in all senses. No, I think I got corrected on the acronym thing one time, so now I'm like on a mission to fucking get everybody else.
Oh, really? Max says, fuck you, Pike.
Well, actually, Max, acronym is...
Yeah, that's so great. I love it. All right, Max, yeah. All right, look, there you go. That's the Rectum Riddle. By the way, shout out to all the members of the special committee. Thank you so much. We got more and more people signing up over there. So definitely go sign up yourself over on
Patreon.com/SparksRadio.
I feel I should mention that I was reminded because Max says I feel obligated to sign up for the committee. I feel like a VIP today. You are a VIP, but you're not a member of the special committee. So go ahead and sign up there, man. You get all the bonus stuff, including a whole separate podcast, basically 5 on Fridays. That's up there exclusively over on the Patreon. Sign on up. You get this sticker, the member of the special committee sticker, you get the Project Pay Him sticker, and you get the elevated committee member sticker as well. Those will be sent out to you. And shout out to Sangre de Perro and Trevor. I've mailed out your stickers. Be on the lookout. Those are the 2 latest members of the special committee. Those stickers are on the way. All right, there you go. Perfect. All right, let's get to the whole reason we are here today. It's like our marriage, Pike. The question is, I need some cash. How do I make it? And the whole thing is like now. And I feel like if there's anybody who knows how to make a quick buck, it is Pike. Because one time I called Pike. I'm like, hey, dude, what are you doing? And he goes, I am donating my plasma.
That's right.
It's like, oh, right. We are in it. We are in the thick of making money right the F now. Tell me what happened there. What's going on?
I don't now. Since I moved to Florida, I just don't. It's like, I don't know, too much other shit going on, and they're harder to get to. But in Fargo, they have these centers called BioLife. There's plenty of other different companies, but you'll go in, and you can do it twice a week. They put a needle in your arm. You pump out blood. It takes the plasma out of your blood and then puts the red blood cells back into your body. So you're not actually donating blood. It's the plasma. And so they'll pay you for this. So you're in there for an hour at most, in a chair, chilling, pumping, phone in one hand, watching Netflix, and they pay you, like, it varies, but normally it's like $20 the first time you go during the week, and then if you go a second time, that's the big payment because they want you there twice a week, so it's incentive. So it'll be like $50. So on average, $70 a week, plus they give up bonuses. So if you go 7 times in a month, then they tack on another like $80. So really, it's about $300 at least a month if you go twice a week. So think about a car payment, credit card payment, student loan. I mean, or you can just, a lot of people do it where, okay, that's my fun money. Whatever I make donating plasma, I'll go out and pay at bars and restaurants or whatever and use that. And I've done that for years, as shown by the massive crater of a scar in my arm. Look, yeah, it looks like you can probably see it from there. It looks like
let me go to this camera. God, I can see it from here, even in the grainy. Oh, yeah, I can see it. What are they, popping the same manhole each time?
Generally, yeah. Why not? I'd rather them do that than have like several different scar holes.
Dude, you have, I would say track marks, but it's not. It's just like one giant. It looks like the thing that killed the dinosaurs, bro. It's disgusting. That is horrific. It's huge.
Well, you know what? You know how much money has come out of that hole? Yeah.
I'm bleeding cash, baby. That's
Oh, dude, no, everybody did it in college. Like, that was how people freaking survived back in the day. Then I just eventually kept doing it, not because I, like, needed it, but because, I just had the afternoons off. I was doing a morning show. I'm like, well, fuck. I'll just go sit on my phone. In a lot of ways, it was, like, the most relaxing part of my day. And just banking money. Save up for a trip. Yeah, you know how easily you can accumulate $600 and just have money for a trip?
Yeah, you're getting stabbed in your arm twice a week for 2 months.
Well, the one part is you can't be a big pussy. Okay, you just gotta,
Too big of a pussy. I cannot do that. There is easier ways to make money. First, let me just tell you this statistic, all right? This is crazy because almost half of Americans, if something happens to them, they can't come up with $400. And that's not because $400 doesn't exist in their bank account. It's because $400 doesn't exist as free money for them. That $400 has already been allocated to something else. Something else has already claimed that. So when you hear that statistic thrown around, which a lot of people like doing, like, oh, the average American can't, half of Americans can't come up with $400 if an emergency arises. It's because that $400 has been spoken for. It's not because they don't have $400 just sitting in their bank account. It's because they don't have an emergency fund or something that pops up. So a lot of times they're going, I need money now.
Right.
And then you look to stab yourself in the arm 16 consecutive times.
Or you just wish you would have been already and you wouldn't have this problem.
No, I don't think so. No. This is not a fan. But there are plenty
of ways. First of all,
go ahead.
It's for science, okay? There are kids. They've got the posters on the wall. Kids who need that plasma. You're actually saving lives.
Yeah, that's why you do it. Yeah, sure. Right. Exactly. Dude, it's always my favorite thing in the world. Like in radio, you know this, because there's always people, and it doesn't have to be radio. A lot of people do it in sports too and all this shit. They're always like, this is why I do this. Okay. It's because I like to give back to the families in the charity stuff. Like any charity that you do in radio or even an athlete, it's like, see, this is why I play professional football. It's so I can go to underserved communities and I can help. No, it's not. You play professional football because you like the game and it pays you millions of dollars. A tertiary reason is that you get to go, hand out T-shirts under a tent for an hour. Right, while the film crew is there. That's a third reason that it's cool. It's a good job. Same in radio. You like it because it's not really work. It's really an easy job where you just get to spout off nonsense all the time. Not because, St. Jude gets to come in there every once in a while and you feel good. You're like, I did something good for everyone else. Yeah, but you are also getting paid, you freeloading piece of goodwill shit. Like, what are you doing? I I hate when people are like that. This is why we do it. This is why we do it. No, it's not. It's not. You do it because it's a paycheck.
Yeah. Yeah, it's fun to be the one raising the money and never actually having to give any of your own. It's really easy to say how fun it is.
Yeah. Come on out. It's great. Donate some cash. And then, and that always pissed me off. So, look, I'll be holier than thou. I always do try donating money when I'm at those things, or else I feel like a lying sack of shit. Like, I feel like a hack. Like, I'm like, look, here's $20. I'm going to talk about it all day. Will I say I donated $20? You bet your ass I will, because that way I did it too. And then I don't feel like a fraud the entire time I'm out here. Every time.
No. Oh, dude, we just did one when I first moved here. And so now I'm like at a new job, and we did this radiothon, and they're not asking for donations. They want you to like basically sign up to donate monthly. And so I, of course, did that. Like, I don't want to say an idiot, but it's just like, I'm like, oh yeah, I got to do that. So now I pay $25 a month to a charity, which is in no way like a bad thing. I feel great about it. But no, it was just an example of what you do. You kind of have to do that.
You got it.
Also,
yeah. Not saying you have to donate $25 to a charity. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying at least you don't feel like a fraud when you're sitting there talking about it. It's like you put your money where your mouth is, kind of a thing. That to me is that's nobility. That's what I like. That's not nobility, but that's noble.
The worst, though, circling back to me donating plasma. So when you're donating plasma, you're not able to donate blood. And people kind of like look down on you because, donating blood is truly a donation. You're not getting paid. But because of whatever, the needles and blah, 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 you can't do both. So I'll do a broadcast at a blood drive. And like you say, spouting off for 2 hours about how we need this blood so badly. And then you sit there and talk to the people who work there, and they're trying to get you to donate. They're like, oh, it'd be a good video. And then you have to like sound like the biggest piece of shit and say, I can't.
Yeah.
Because that would ruin what I got going on over at the plasma center. I'm saving up for a vacation. Yeah. Like the look they give you. Oh, God.
That's incredible. That's amazing. Well, another statistic about this thing, which is kind of mind-blowing. So you got almost half of the U.S. can't come up with the $400. And then 25% of people making over $100,000 or more are in that half of people that can't come up with $400. So is that amazing? You're making $100,000 a year and you can't come up with $400. That's some people who do not know how to budget and do not understand how this whole thing works.
Yep. Spending it as they make it.
Yeah, Lee, I can't believe it. We've all seen those people too. Those are the people driving those new cars, really expensive cars, but can't afford to pay rent. That's those kind of people. They're sitting there, they're living paycheck to paycheck, they're sweating every single bill that comes in. God forbid you go over in data and you get $15 charge extra. I can't pay that, bro. It's like, dude, you're too thin. Your margins are too thin. So say you're in a pinch. You got to come up with cash. Pike, you say donate plasma. There's a bunch of different ways to do this. Is that your favorite one?
Yeah, to me, it's always been my go-to.
Yeah.
That's the easiest for me. Because I don't know what you've got that you're about to share, but there's not a lot of options.
Well, I think there's more options now than there's ever been. I think like you could drive for Uber, you could deliver for Uber Eats, any of that food delivery service or a Lyft or anything like that. You can start making money pretty quickly in that. If you have a talent or a skill, I would say leverage that talent or skill. So if you are a drywall guy during the day, well, then if you need some extra cash, you should just say, hey, put it up on Facebook. Everybody's more connected now than ever. Just say, hey, I'm looking for side work. Anybody who needs a drywall guy, let me know. I'll do it for cheap. And then boom, instantly, you already got the tools and you already have the skills. You can instantly start leveraging that to make yourself cash. So I don't care if it's Pike, you know how to play the guitar?
Kind of.
You can teach guitar lessons to someone. I'm sure someone wants to get a private lesson. You could probably just say, cool, I'll do it. It's $20. I'll do it for an hour. Everybody else is going to charge you 50, whatever. You see what I'm saying? You have a guitar, you have the knowledge, leverage that skill into making more money, and you don't need to put holes in your arms to do it. 2, you can always busk on the street. You see what I mean? You can go play your female singer-songwriters from the early 2000s that you love, and you can just go, making my way downtown and just get some cash flowing into your guitar case.
Yeah, now you're starting at the bottom of an industry that is just an absolute grind. I'm talking about no talent needed, and you're getting paid $70 for 2 hours in 1 week. That's, to me, you're not going to find any Uber driver or delivery guy that's making that kind of per hour money. 2 hours a week, you're making $70 a week. Dude, that's significant extra cash.
I'm not knocking donating plasma. Do it if you can. It's obviously good cash. I can't. I have a thing for needles. They freak me out. It's not the needle going in. It's the needle sucking things out of me. I can't. I will faint. And I have fainted, and it happens. It's called, what's it called? Oh, it's like a condition. I didn't know I had this. Oh, vasovagal. It's called vasovagal.
Oh my.
It's like an actual thing people have. They faint. It's awful. Can't explain it, but it's.
Oh, I've heard it happening. Yeah. No, I'm with you. The withdrawal is the worst.
Don't talk about it. I can't even talk about it. Come on.
All right. Well, for all the other people listening that don't have that certain condition, it's a very easy way to make quick money. But you're
Max
right.
says that's why I saw a Lambo at my plasma clinic. I think what you got to do is, if you need money now, what you need is to leverage your skills and talents. You need to sit down. You need to make a list. What can I do? What skills or knowledge do I have and possess that are in demand? And then you just go sell those skills. We've never been more connected on social media than before. Put it out there. You will start earning cash. I guarantee by the end of the week. I shouldn't say. I would imagine by the end of the week, you can start leveraging those skills, especially if you work in a trade, a mechanic, a welder, a painter, a drywaller, a floor finisher. These are all people I've used in the last week or two. I think you could just glob on to some of these side industries. You undercut the competition, you will be making cash. I'm not saying, Pike, that it's better money than plasma or faster money than plasma, but if you do it and you do it in cash, I'm just saying, I think that's the easiest way to get paid. But you have other talents, playing music, writing, proofreading, telling jokes, any of this stuff. You got to just kind of get creative. If it's your day job, try to leverage what you do during your day job. Do it on a weekend. You will make cash. But I think the main reason behind this whole thing is you shouldn't be in this position to begin with. And that's comes down to budgeting. And that comes down to actually, living your life stress-free, which, fuck, dude. Can't imagine living like that. Do you live like that, Pike? You paycheck to paycheck?
No, we have money for those, we have money for those things. Yes.
Good.
I've certainly been there for chunks of my life, So no, and it's tough because it starts when you're not in that situation. It's super easy to, all of a sudden you're there. It's like, shit, what do I do? And now you're thinking of ideas. Those things you mentioned, like those are great things to do when you do have money. If you have the skills, fuck it. Why don't do it because you're desperate? Do it because it's like some nice cash.
Yeah. That's the best time to start making your extra $400 for your emergency fund. Do it when you don't need it. Pike, you're absolutely right. There's no better time. But it's so funny, dude. Once you put out humans are funny like that, dude. They will not move and react unless they have to. It's like you look at the dudes in prison and you think that they could be MIT engineers because the way that they get creative to smuggle shit in, to figure out how to break out, it is insane. You put a challenge in front of a human and then you apply enough pressure, that human will be able to crack it.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? That's the power of the human mind. And so a lot of times you don't think that you need that extra cash until you're put in a position when the fire's at your feet. And then you're like, fuck, but that's the worst time to do it. Because that's when you end up having to sell your flesh. So don't do it then. Do it when you don't need it. Build up that emergency fund, budget, but in the back of your mind, set a fake fire to your feet. Just say, hey, by this time next week, I will have made $400. Just think about that, right? We already talked about that Pygmalion effect, right?
Yep.
The Pygmalion effect. We talked about this. I can't remember what episode it was, but it's in a couple episodes ago. Go and listen to that episode because this is exactly what we're talking about. So go ahead and check it out. But those are some ideas. Leverage your talent. Think outside the box. If you have a job that's in a trade, use that trade on the side. You already have the equipment, you have the tools, and more importantly, you have the skills and wherewithal to get the job done correctly, and you can make some extra cash quickly that way. So that's my idea in terms of, I know it's kind of vague, but everybody does a lot of different stuff, especially like computer, website, coding.
Yeah.
Dude,
yeah.
Super easy. Well, there you go. Oh, wait, you want to do the news? Let's save news that matters. Let's not do one. I don't want to keep this one a little short.
Okay.
And there you go. Make sure you're following Pike on all social media at Pike Taylor Radio. He's a good man. He has a lot of skills, including he can squirt blood out of his arm on command like one of those chameleons, which is really pretty interesting. I'm at Sparks Radio on all social media. Go ahead and give me a follow. That would be great. And if you enjoyed this episode, what are you doing? Hit the subscribe button. My God, on youtube.com/Sparks Radio. Did you give a thumbs up yet? You lazy son of a bitch. I swear to God. Hit the thumbs up button. It's free. It doesn't cost you anything, and it really helps out the show. And then if two more things, rate and review over on Apple Podcasts, The Sparks Show. That would be great. But even more, send this episode to a friend, okay? Just be like, dude, you need some cash? Here's some ideas on how to do it. By the way, websites like Etsy, easy way to sell stuff. You got eBay, start selling stuff that you own on eBay. Just start pawning things, dude. You can just start slinging things. If you need cash, look around your house. I don't need that anymore. I haven't played that in a long time. I haven't touched this vacuum cleaner. You know what I mean? This guitar in the background, I haven't touched it in 5 weeks. Sell it if you need the money, that kind of thing. So just, that's another, there's like a million different ways to make some money, but I hope you got some value out of it. That's it for the show. Any last words there, Pike?
Go donate as much fluid as they'll let you. Whatever they'll pay for.
Now get out of here.
Didn't even mention sperm donation.